Path of Night, Brine and Blood is an actual play Hunter the Reckoning podcast set in the world of darkness. We're all friends, we're all here to have fun, but our story can include graphic violence, drug use, sexual content, and other mature themes. Content warnings can be found in the show notes. We talk at our table about safety, comfort, and consent, both as players and storytellers. We know what to expect, we're all excited to be here, and we want you to feel the same. So listener discretion is advised. Now, let's take back the night.
It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has traveled from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding road crossing forests and villages, and in front of her she sees an ocean so vast that to enter there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. But there is no other way. The river cannot go back. Nobody can go back. To go back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean because only then will fear disappear, because that's where the river will know it's not about disappearing into the ocean, but of becoming the ocean. Fear by Khalil Gibran. Last time on Brine and Blood. In order to protect the identities of the Circle, Todd took measures into his own hands and ran down David Fitzpatrick, the host of a fallen angel who tried manipulating the Defender to his own ends. Todd marked the body with hunter sigils as a warning to other Imbued in case the demon manages to return. Pheia and Nat bonded romantically, finding solace and comfort in each other as the long hunt draws to a conclusion. Dallas and John were joined by a blood-soaked Todd at John's oceanfront hideaway, and after initial nervous hesitation, the men began resting and preparing for the coming fight. On the beach by the house, Nat called her mother in India to talk through her feelings and worry about the future. A phone call to family that was interrupted by a terrifying storm that began to surge in that part of the world. John reassured Todd, with the visionary talking the Defender out of a plan to sacrifice himself to keep the demon at bay, and both men readying to continue the hunt together. Pheia wrote a letter saying her final goodbyes that she did not get to say to the missing Gary, throwing the pages like a message in a bottle into the sea. Now ready to begin their impossible assault on Project Deepwater, the Circle have boarded Tran's helicopter during a steadily rising storm to head towards Texas Tower 2. A sleek gray helicopter cuts across the Atlantic Ocean away from Cape Cod out towards Texas Tower 2 and the site of Project Deepwater. You guys had chosen to go sort of for maximum cover when the storm was going to start kicking up. The winds are heavy. The chopper is being thrown around in a very uncomfortable manner. Rains are starting to kick up, and this faceless helmeted pilot that Doctor Tran had set you guys up with to fly you out here and then hopefully fly you home keeps listening to radio chatter and making little comments to himself about how the winds in the storm are way stronger than he anticipated, but he's still confident that he can make it out there, but things are much stronger. Keeps making reference to some sort of storm or something in the Indian Ocean, like halfway across the world. Occasionally, as you are flying, particularly when the helicopter banks and you can kind of see up towards the sky, you see these roiling gray, black clouds. And once in a while, you will see a baleful red light cutting through that those of you who had looked before, those of you who are aware, know is that red star in the sky before it is quickly swallowed by thick, dark clouds again. Over the radio from the cockpit, the pilot goes,
"Okay, you said you needed to make a call. We've got signal at least for a little while, but before we get too much further out into this storm, you might want to do it now."
Sounds good.
Give me a number, I'll patch you through.
Dallas gets out a little, notebook or something that he's got on him where he's got the number written down and goes to make the call to Saunders.
There's a few moments of rings, and then a sultry, feminine voice comes over the radio.
Hello, President Saunders' office.
Hi. This is Dallas McCoppin. I think you should patch me through to President Saunders. I have some very important things that he needs to hear.
When you say this is Dallas McCoppin, there actually is a little hitch, like a pause in the voice for just a second before she very smoothly goes,
May I ask what the call is regarding?
I have some important information that I think President Saunders might want to hear in terms of trading for the future of Endron.
The future of Endron?
Quite a bit of potentially valuable information. Very profitable.
I'll see if he's available.
over the radio, over the sound of the storm and the helicopter, you hear just the, tinny hold music. And then the phone clicks back on.
McCoppin, pair of fucking balls on you.
Yeah, I have been told that before. How secure is this line we're on?
Where the hell are you? Are you in a helicopter?
How secure is this line we're on?
Let me call you back. Is your end of this line secure?
Yes.
He kind of looks over at... Is Tran with us?
Tran is not coming.
Okay,
No.
I look at the helicopter pilot. This line's secure, yeah?
He's clearly listening, because it's just part of the helicopter radio, but he just sticks a thumbs up from the cockpit.
Yeah, this is secure.
Alright, I'll call back.
And then mere moments later, the pilot patches through a call.
This is my secure private line. What do you want, McCoppin?
I want to propose a little bit of a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Mutually beneficial to who? You and fucking Klieg?
No.
I saw you cozy up to him. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Klieg has been fucking everybody, Saunders. You know that. I know that. Earth Frontier Division knows that. I am currently en route with a strike team of, let's just say, concerned citizens. My actual organization have some strong ties, and we're looking to disable Texas Tower.
An organization strike team? What the fuck are you talking about?
You hear flipping of paper in the background, like he is looking over the resume and paperwork that you brought in.
There aren't any goddamn strike teams. You don't even have any fucking service record.
Dallas McCoppin and probably some of the other names you've been looking at are convenient covers. Point is, Project Deepwater is extremely overstepping, and they are about to be taken down. We need to do this now, before the July 4th festival.
What do you mean taken down? We've sunk millions into that site.
Saunders, listen to me and try not to be thick about it. They're about to poison the entire coastal area with the Borreliosis process, whatever the hell, you know what I'm talking about, Saunders.
There is a lengthy pause when you say the word out loud.
The fuck do you know about it?
I know plenty about it, Saunders. I'm not just some Mickey Mouse organization. Point is, I'm calling you because you have a choice ahead of you. You can double down on a project that is not going to give return, that's just going to fuck you, everyone in the region, and Earth Frontier Division. Or you can pull the strings you can, have heads up about the fact that this is going down, do what you can on your side to get rid of Klieg and anybody with his special team, and you can be a hero to the board of directors.
There is a much more labored pause when you say the term board of directors out loud.
You have ties to the board?
For the moment, you and I are aligned.
Fucking cunning little piece of shit. Alright.
And you hear him turn away from the phone a little bit.
Shears! Shears! Get the team together, we're moving! Alright. How quick? And what are you gonna fucking do, you little bastard?
My team is coordinating a strike with some reality deviants on Texas Tower within the hour.
Oh, you're connected to those fucks?
We have a lot of connections, Saunders.
Garrett, I want you to roll me either a subterfuge or, frankly, an intimidation based on the tact you're taking here.
Oh, I will absolutely roll intimidation.
I mean, you're basically threatening the guy with a carrot at the end of the stick.
Basically telling the truth.
Manipulation?
Oh, absolutely manipulation.
So I will spend a point of willpower on this.
All right.
5 successes.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, 6 successes with willpower.
This is contested against him.
Yeah.
And he's a nasty little politician, man. So he will roll his not inconsiderable pool to detect BS. And get 4 successes, which is not 6.
Alright, McCoppin. If we're gonna coordinate this thing to fuck Klieg, tell me any specifics that you need on my end. Or do we want to go dark?
We're inserting wearing first team badges. Hopefully that'll give us an edge over fucking Klieg's special team.
His fucking special team is first team, but they all got handpicked into his bullshit, so...
We're just looking to
watch
get...
your fucking ass!
I know. If you have any information on any of the aliases of my associates, I would appreciate if you could protect those covers. They are valuable and difficult to reproduce. I don't need shit getting into leaking into mainstream media about this.
It's been a fucking push and pull with this outsider guy, but like, well, we'll see what we can fucking do.
Or the cops.
Yeah, I'm sure you may have heard about some of the Chulorviah's subjects in the area being murdered.
We were trying to put together who the fuck... Oh, I see.
If you could maybe diffuse some of that with police, that would be extremely useful.
You're asking a lot of fucking resources here, McCoppin.
Well, I'm giving you a golden egg, Saunders. Klieg was about to wreck this whole area and tank both you, Tran, and the whole EFD.
Who the fuck is... Oh, Tran? That little shit? What does he know?
Plenty.
Fuck. God damn it, Shears!
Point is, as long as this goes right, we're all gonna come out of this situation for the better.
You're fucking cutthroat, McCoppin. If you're looking for a different fucking gig, you let me know.
Well, I'm sure we might have some work to do together in the future. So I would like to come out of this on amicable terms, as long as you're willing.
Well, if we're both alive at the fucking end of this, and Klieg hasn't got his goddamn hooks into all of us, we'll just spend the shit out of that golden egg.
Alright. Make sure you get rid of all his people on your land side.
I've got my own team for that.
Storm's getting pretty bad out here. I don't know how much longer I have with the line. Talk to you later, Saunders.
You know what? I barely ever fucking say this anymore, but good luck to you and yours, McCoppin. Get that shit done!
And it's around that time that the line actually cuts. And the pilot goes,
Sorry, can't maintain it anymore.
It's okay.
Hey, pilot.
Yeah?
What was that chatter over Southeast Asia?
I don't know. I'm trying to get more of a beat on it, but there's like a nasty storm, and it's... Whatever the fuck it's doing is big enough to like affect the winds all the way out here.
Nat looks deeply discomforted, but she's trying not to let her mind wander too much.
Appreciate it. If you get more, if you're able to let us know.
Pheia will reach over and kind of like squeeze her hand with an expression of like, I see you. I'm not going to distract you with a lot of comfort, but I see you.
Nat seems to appreciate the comfort. Doesn't seem actually to distract her. Phea's touch seems grounding, and Nat leans into it.
the trip continues on. It would have been about 5 hours by vote, but it's only a couple hours to get out there by helicopter. As you approach, you start to see it sort of through the darkness and the rain. Dallas, to you, it's very familiar. You've never seen it from this angle, and it's never looked as haunted as it does right now. But all of you see this massive steel structure jutting out of the ocean ahead, just in the middle of nowhere. Two like balls of steel on top, made of like all these triangles put together. Dallas, weirdly, since the last time you were out here, not that long ago, all things considered, but before, things had been moving really rapidly, and it's almost like not much progress has been made, at least on the surface, since you left.
As we approach, I'm going to grab Todd and start to point to things on the tower that I probably was giving him a breakdown of what I knew of the tower, because I knew that he was kind of helping formulate a plan of tactical approach. So I point out where the bathysphere comes.
Right in the middle.
Basically saying, hey, if they have an underground, or an underwater facility, that is how you get down and up.
That is
so
absolutely
if
the access
reinforcements are arriving, that's the choke point where we need to stop them from flooding us. And then I kind of point out parts in the tower where workers and people live, where all the the spots are, and kind of like, now that we're in here in person, I'm connecting all of those locations I told him about to actually like letting him see it, and my explanation starts to make more sense.
You can point that stuff out without too much trouble, because against like the blackness of the ocean and even in the rain, the lights are on in the facility. You see a couple of spots around where the helipad would be.
And there's probably actually some colored lights on the tower.
Yes.
For actually specifically for the purposes of aircraft being able to like identify different parts.
Exactly. So. Yes. As you're coming in, pilot over the radio goes,
Okay, we're going to come in for the approach pretty soon. I'm trying to radio the tower, but I'm getting a lot of interference on the radio. Does anyone know?
And as he says, does anyone know? All of you hear over the radio something that cuts through the static and the garble that he had been trying to sort of detect. And it just says,
all members of the syndicate report. All personnel report. Emergency, emergency. All members of personnel report to Sri Lanka.
And he goes,
what do you mean report? Report.
And he zones out in this way that seems deeply unnatural. And as he does, his hands let go of the flight gear, and the helicopter starts to drift into a spin.
Todd is going to move to grab the controls and just try to keep it as steady as he can. He's not a pilot, but obviously, if it's spinning out, we're way worse off than if it's steady.
The winds are so bad that you immediately start going. This is not an ideal scenario for your pilot to just check out of reality.
Right.
Make me I will either say strength or dexterity in this scenario. You, I assume, don't have the pilot skill.
No, I do have lightning reflexes as my dexterity spec.
I will say...
I will absolutely allow for lightning reflexes to apply. Yes.
Would athletics sailing be applicable in any way, even at an increased difficulty?
If he gets control of it, your ability to actually understand the winds at sea, weirdly, yes, but somebody needs to get control of this thing before... Yep. You do that. What a fucking bizarre pull, but I actually love that.
Okay.
Could I possibly help with my intelligence understanding of technology?
I will allow for a technology roll. Again, once the... You guys can kind of try and work together here.
Yeah, that's my intention.
Once the initial, oh shit is gone.
Yep.
By the way, the pilot, not dead, just very, out of it.
Yep.
Just zoned out.
Dallas will stare into the lights down at the tower to make his perception more discerning so that maybe he can see, being that he doesn't really understand what's going on here, every bit of perception he can take in about the controls is going to hopefully will help.
Okay, so Todd, roll me for trying to get this thing under control. Dallas, roll me for discern.
At an increased difficulty, you have 3 successes.
We'll get to that in just a sec.
I will bid conviction. 7 successes.
Okay. Before I do a little narration and we go into like further steps, I kind of want to get everybody's reaction to sudden spin out freefall in a approaching like a tropical storm level shit out at sea here. Like, what is everyone's gut reaction? Todd, you lunge for the controls. Dallas, you look.
He grips the seat that he's in a death grip and just kind of like zones out forward, staring at the lights until his discern kicks in and he starts trying to take in what's going on and how he can possibly help. But he's just frozen in his chair.
Fair.
At the sudden lurch, just having been working on ships most of her adult life, she jumps up and immediately starts looking for, like, rigging and sails, and when she doesn't see those, obviously she's just going off of instinct there. But her immediate thing is to look for a compass, and to start looking for a wind gauge, and start seeing what needs to be done to get the ship right.
You see a compass, you see a gauge of like outside pressure and all that thing, and something that you don't usually see on a ship, but because it is standout amongst the others that you do recognize pretty quick, is a rapidly descending altimeter. John.
I'm grabbing some sort of oh shit handle, murmuring to myself,
I really didn't want to do this.
I will cover one of my eyes and enact 4C.
Okay, roll me 4C.
I got 7 successes.
Okay.
I did it earlier.
Did you bid conviction?
Yes.
Nah.
Nat's first instinct was technological issue, so when she sees Pheia pop up and have an air about herself as if she might have piloting expertise, and that tracks with what she's heard about Pheia, Nat goes to a support position. She's not a technology expert by any means, but she is studied and she knows how to learn, and she's hoping she can put her intelligence to translating the controls for Pheia.
So, what I hear is some of you are like acting immediately to try and solve the problem, and some of you are buckling down and preparing. So we are aware. Those of you who have opted to act immediately will have actions to try and write this. Those of you who have buckled down, in the case of a crash or hard landing, will be at not increased difficulty for your stamina rolls and whatnot. Todd, you grab the controls from this man who is, as you get close and like lean over him, he is slack. Like a puppet with his strings cut, if the puppet had a lot of rigid joints. Like an animatronic that isn't powered. But you manage to grab them, and with, do you use strength or dexterity?
Dexterity, sir.
All right. Moving that quickly, using your lightning reflexes to get in there, you manage to at least get a hold of them so you are steady. You're not going anywhere, and the wind is going to take you out of the air. But for now, you are not plummeting towards the dark Atlantic.
Right, and that was my objective.
For sure. Dallas, you put up discern.
Yep.
You instantly can see way better. Now, the rain still is like obscuring your vision a little bit, but like the darkness of the ocean and the sky, none of that matters now. You can see Texas Tower 2 perfectly. Also, with discern up, you look at this pilot. When I just described Alex a little bit, like an animatronic that has its power cut. This guy is not a robot, but you get the sense that he's not all there as a human either. That this guy who was just piloting, who didn't seem inhuman, just a little boring maybe, is actually not human. And something, whatever it is, has, at least for a moment or two, severed his connection to whatever was keeping him animate.
Is he buckled into the seat?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Actually, with discern up, through that faceless helmet, like you can actually see through the glass a little bit, and you can see his face is a little too generic. Like he's a stock photo of a guy.
He's a helicopter action figure.
He's a helicopter action figure, 100%. Great way to put that. Pheia, now that Todd has wrested controls, the altimeter is going. You do see the wind conditions, and while a helicopter and a sailing ship are way different, I will allow you to use your sailing skill to assist Todd in whatever piloting check he's trying to make. Because you can at least read winds, you can read directions, you can a bunch of stuff that wouldn't normally come up.
Right.
But you are literally in a storm at the Atlantic.
Yep. Being buffeted by winds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, are you trying to do anything with your first C right now? Or are you just preparing?
I'm generally preparing. I am far out of my depth here.
Nah. In a lot of ways similar to, like, the gun that Tran had, this helicopter is like a model of a helicopter. The tech isn't standard by any stretch of the imagination. However, roll me an intelligence technology.
I am, just for the sake of honesty and or flavor, going to make the clarification that Nat is specifically keeping herself out of Todd and Pheia's way.
Oh, there's no room to get in there anyway, so you're good.
Importantly, this means that I'm standing up. I am not taking, appropriate safety precautions. I'm being very clear with you that I understand that I am putting myself in a dangerous position.
Yes. The only ones who have taken somewhat safety positions in their descriptions are Dallas and John.
Nat seems steady, she seems like she's got some sea legs on her. But
also, actually, an appropriate point. Making any sort of physical check at this point.
Yeah.
If you don't have sea legs, you're in a pitched helicopter. Mm-hmm. You will be at penalty.
I do have the merit sea legs. Does my spec for studious count?
No.
Cool.
No, there's no time to be studious for this.
Sounds good. Can I spend a willpower?
Yes, you may.
1 success.
Let's call it what it is. Despite the fact that this is advanced technology, you will be able to help figure it out and decipher it for those taking the action. So what I will say is, just like with Pheia trying to read the winds, you will be able to take that action. Because of the success, you will be able to take that action to aid Todd or whoever is trying to pilot this thing, or take steps to keep you guys from crashing into the ocean and or exploding against the side of the tower. You have all sort of come to a stasis point here. What is your next step? You are not currently plummeting and dying, and you think you might be able to read some of the conditions around and some of the conditions inside here. What is your approach to get out of this?
I can read some of these controls, guys. Not all of them, but...
Todd, you've got control, so let's just have you keep control for now.
How do I descend with this thing?
Okay, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna steer slightly into port. Left, sorry. Steer left and lift the nose.
Here's what I'm going to ask for. Erika and Rebecca. Erika, roll your sailing skill.
All right. Do you want this to be mental or physical?
This is going to be mental, for sure.
Which one do you want it to be?
This would probably be intelligence, because you're trying to walk somebody through something. Same with you, but for technology. And count up your successes between the two of you. You will add those as dice to Todd's roll.
Okay. I am spending a willpower on this.
Sure.
What's the difficulty going to be?
Trying to translate your knowledge of ancient sailing winds on the Atlantic into how that affects a helicopter in freefall. It's like diff 9.
Okay, so that was 5 successes.
Why?
Okay.
1.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Todd, I'm going to need you to make a roll again. Now, I need you to actually, before we get to dice and rolls, what are you trying to do here, man? Now, there are a couple places you can try and put down if you're trying to put down somewhere. You do know that there are pontoons you could try and set down in the ocean. It's choppy as fuck, but you know you could do that. Or you can try and land on the helipad on the tower.
My goal right now is to make it to the helipad. It is the safest point we can land at. We have disguises. If we can just stick some kind of a landing, I don't care if we use it to pretend to be severely injured, because hopefully we're not severely injured, and that can get us inside. That is my thought.
So
my thought is to keep everyone as in one piece as possible.
Dallas, seeing that, holy shit, we have a crew of people that might be able to do this, I'm just going to get things out of their way to make it as plausible as we can. So he's going to reach in between Todd and the pilot, unclasp the pilot's harness, grab him from under his armpits, and kind of pull him back out of the seat so that Todd can actually be in the pilot seat.
For not knowing how to do this at all. That will, having a space you can move, I will say will drop your difficulty from a 9 to an 8.
Sounds great. Okay.
Don't forget your extra dice from both Pheia and Nat.
I have 5 successes.
How are you guys?
Because I'm an excellent teacher.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw out there, my nature is teacher. Can I have my willpower back?
Man, you know what? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's your fucking nature? And you using your fucking history knowledge to talk someone through learning how to land a helicopter in an emergency?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Teaching herself how to land a helicopter in emergency.
That being said, so you guys are going to land on the helipad. Despite the hunt and despite all the bullshit that you guys have gone through, this may be one of the more nerve-wracking moments of any of your lives as the helicopter starts to come down. Todd, with 5 successes, you will bring it down and the helicopter will not be impacted. There will be no damage to the helicopter. I do want everyone to roll me soak against 2 levels of bashing because realistically, this is still going to be a hard landing. Those of you who buckled down, Dallas and John...
Dallas had to actually get up to the pilot
Dallas
out.
got up. John, you may roll this at diff 5. Everyone else, because collectively you got 5 fucking successes, you may roll it at a normal diff 6.
What if we have sea legs?
Sea legs will not impact the soak roll.
Okay.
But it will come into play trying to keep your balance and stuff.
Okay.
Just a stamina roll?
Just a stamina roll.
Your armor should play.
Yes, you are wearing armor because John provided a bunch of armor, so you may add your armor rating.
Which is 3.
Does my spec of steady apply?
Yes.
Really, it's just the fact that it's helmets, right? Like
functionally,
blue gender, wear your helmet.
Yeah,
functionally, it's that you're wearing helmets and cracking your head against the side won't be as big of an issue.
Stamina spec unyielding.
Yes, absolutely.
Stamina spec tough?
Yes. It's a fucking tough-ass hunter group.
I got no successes, so I took 2 bashing.
Okay.
Which makes sense, because Pheia's the sickly one.
You also, unlike everyone else, described standing up.
Yep.
So...
Well, I'm standing up as well. I got 5 successes. Can I do anything with that to protect Pheia?
I will let you trade 2 for 1 to protect Pheia.
What do you mean when you say 2 for 1?
2 successes for 1 bashing on Pheia. Because you guys are both standing in a small space right next to each other. So if you got 5 successes,
yes,
you may cash in 2 of them so that it takes away remove one of the bashing she will be taking. Or you may trade in 2 more of Pheia's to take 1 yourself.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay.
I have 5 successes, and I deliberately narrated that I was putting myself in harm's way.
So if you take away 4 of those successes, Pheia, you soak both, so you take no damage. That means, Nat, you have 1 success left, so you will soak 1 of the 2 bashing.
I will do that then.
Thank you.
1 success.
Okay, you will be taking 1 bashing.
Rob, can I just use one of my Destiny rerolls to not take damage?
Yeah. I'll see why not. It's not technically a skill roll, but I think it's fine.
Ba-doom.
Cool, that's 4 successes. I'll use the helicopter action figure as a landing pad for myself.
He doesn't seem to react to a full-grown man landing on top of him.
I'll just put him in the way of the wall that I would have hit.
Done.
I got 2 successes.
As Nat is standing, kind of keeping in like one hand up at the helicopter, kind of steady, swaying, like this is a rickety situation, and she's handling the turbulence as best as she can. She sees that Pheia is about to.
She just doesn't weigh her balance correctly and would be about to lurch to the side and slam into one of the structures of the helicopter.
So instead, Nat lurches down and pulls you back towards your seat, making sure that you're secure, which bashes Nat up against the seat.
Sorry about that, thanks. It's all good, you guys got this. Good job. Both of you. You all okay?
Everyone alive?
Anything broken will get fixed.
I have fish skin.
I'm not doing that.
Let's move.
John, since you are still looking out, and Dallas, since you have discern, the both of you have your edges active that make you look around for stuff, and you become quickly aware before anyone else that spotlights on deck have pointed at the helicopter, and you see a team of armed guards in all black tack gear running over as a couple of workers are just talking amongst each other. Dallas, you have discern up. You will see that all of them have that too loose movement. Everyone on deck is infected.
Workers included?
Workers included.
Having done that scan, he'll just kind of to the rest of the team.
Even the workers are infected.
What's the play? We could claim that our pilot went down and we had to make an emergency landing.
John, talk him up.
I'm thinking that we are here to prevent another shark attack. At least get them to drop their guard enough, and if we see a moment, we can take it.
Deviants?
Well, that might make it more difficult for our allies and the sharks.
I mean, it's better than them shooting us and then shooting them.
Dallas points at that.
Yeah, agreed.
Guess so.
About this time, there is a, on the helicopter door and, a flashlight pointing in.
I will move to the door and open it.
There's a guy there. He seems to be, leading, a sergeant of this little squad, but he has no discernible features on his gear that would say that he's in charge.
Right.
He just has the all thing and ST right on the badges. What's going on? What are you doing here? We didn't get notification that you're going to be coming in.
It was sudden, and the storm's cutting things in and out.
Who are you from?
We've been sent because the sharks are coming
Sent
back.
by who, jackass?
Saunders.
That doesn't sound... Hold on. Well, I'm going to fucking check that. Don't move. Hands off those guns. They seem really paranoid right now. Dallas way more... the fact that these guys are on deck right now says a lot.
Dallas is going to, at this point, activate his second sight.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing the same.
Spend the conviction.
Yeah, now sounds like a good time for that.
We are in a scene.
Yep.
The rule is that you can't spend conviction multiple times in a scene.
You can't bid conviction, but you can
Thank you.
absolutely spend it for to put up second sight or do whatever you want.
Okay.
You also don't have to.
No, I will. I'll spend.
All right, so the whole squad has second sight up now, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Partially because the sharks do something when they show up.
I was kind of wondering if I was going to catch anybody with that one. He puts a hand to his helmet instead of his radio, clearly talking internally, and then goes, "Fucking Saunders. Yeah, come on out. I guess we got the order, but he sent this fucking chopper before he sent the order. Pain in the ass."
Something's happened with our pilot. Give us a hand.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Is he one of them fucking freaks?
EFD?
Yeah. Science assholes. Get this guy to med. And they pick him up and they start trotting him up. They put him on a stretcher and they start trotting him up. For you, everyone has second sight up. You can tell all these guys are inhuman. It is clear. Even through the storm and the rain, there's a lightning crack that happens as the storm is continuing to pick up. Even more than when you guys were in the air. It's frankly good that you have landed when you did. For all of that, they are acting very professionally. They're doing their jobs.
With second sight, what can we see of the pilot?
That he also is not human. You get a sense of emptiness. It's almost like looking at a mannequin.
Pheia keeps eyes on where they're bringing the pilot just because that will show her where the med bay is, and if they happen to need medical supplies, that's where she can probably get it from.
They are taking her over to what looks like the worker barracks area. Dallas, you would see they're bringing him over to, when you were last here, the place that you brought Griggs to try and save him in the sink. Dallas, I mean, you spent a lot of time here. You would know that, the sort of med bay area, the station doctor, the ship doctor, had, a little room off of where the mess was. They're taking him basically right to... There is one door to go into the lit up part of the facility. You see some worker stuff that's all been lashed down and covered in tarps over by the big steel balls. Mm-hmm. And then the only other real light is there is a spotlight over a hole in the deck where cables go, huge thick cables go down, which Dallas, you would know, and the others of you can put together pretty quickly, is where the bathysphere comes up and down. And from that dark water underneath where is just this glowing red light, from in the water.
And we have to go down below if we're going to find any proper place to disable this place.
There were two options. Yeah. One brings you to where presumably Tran thought the tanks and stuff were, which was you would have to go below, down the bathysphere. The other one, looking at the structural integrity of this place, if you wanted to try and collapse this part of the tower onto whatever's underneath and hope that took care of it, there is a structural beam down in the water, but not down into the facility or whatever. So you would have to go down the 30 feet, 60 feet into the water, and there is like a beam that goes across the support beams that goes to the ocean floor, and if you blew that up, presumably it would definitely collapse the upper part of the tower, but you weren't sure whether that would take care of the facility underneath. Those are your two options based on the research you guys did.
Okay. I think we weren't sure if they'd reinforce it, so we're gonna try for the more sure target, at least for now.
Dallas, you would know, well, not know, but you could conjecture coming out here again, based on the fact that they haven't really done much work since you were here last. That support structure probably has not been reinforced.
Right.
Okay.
But again, the question is, will that take care of what's in the facility?
And that's, I have no idea how big or what the facility down below looks like.
Nothing, no.
So I'm going to look at the sergeant, but I'm not going to use any labels because we don't have any discerning. And be like, we're here. There's going to be more sharks this time. We're here to reinforce the interior.
Wait, our sharks or the bad sharks?
Bad sharks.
Okay.
The reality deviants.
You've been spending too much time with those fucking assholes. And he kind of like points over towards where the
Dallas nods along.
That's where the info came from.
Yeah, makes sense. Can't fucking defend themselves, but they want all the goddamn credit every time they fucking point out that there's a shark in the water.
Pencil pushers, every one of them.
Newsflash, bitch. It's the Atlantic. There's sharks.
Yeah. Well, these are worse than the normal sharks from everything we've got.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, all right.
So, we're here to reinforce the interior.
Great.
Where have they been hitting primarily?
Deep. Apparently, this facility's on top of some sort of fucking thing that they get all jazzed about. And ever since we got our special guest, they keep trying to fucking hit it over and over again. He's still clearly infected. You could all see it. But,
right.
The hive mind isn't really talking to him right now, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special guest, what's that about? And Nat stretches casually as if she's, forgotten something.
Roll me, I don't know, an expression or subterfuge, something to, ingratiate yourself to this guy to continue him talking.
Yeah. I am honest to a fault. Let me check the write-up on that.
So long as you're not directly lying to this guy.
I am not directly lying.
So long as you are not trying to deceive this guy in a direct manner. Don't tell him a lie and you'll be all right.
Okay.
But if he asks you who you are, yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. You said expression and what?
I will let you decide. Manipulation or charisma. I would accept either.
My thought here is that my charisma spec is charmer.
That works.
And
I would accept that.
Nat is kind of callously, casually just trying to have a normal conversation that entices you to say things.
Roll it.
Difficulty?
Because of the environment right now, a 7.
3 successes.
Damn.
There's 3 9s that I'm looking at.
So Nat keeps him talking, at least for a little bit.
I like to think it looks more convincing because Nat is actually popping out the shoulder that got fucked up on the landing.
Well, technically I guess we got 2 special guests, and I don't fucking know which one they like the most, but it's got them all fucking riled up,
Technically.
Well,
you got a pool going on which one is what? Which one?
We do. You want in? I got it on the big one, and this jackass, he just points to another one of the literally faceless goons. He thinks it's the little guy because the little guy's been here longer.
Okay, so why is your money on the big one?
Well, because that's the one Mr. Klieg's most interested in.
Okay, why is Klieg interested in that one?
Fuck if I don't tell me
He's
nothing.
got one that's been here longer and he's not more interested in that one?
Well, that one led to the big one. That's why I think it's the big one. And the other guy just goes, yeah, but the little one's been here longer. He's the one who did everything. That's why it's that guy.
Okay, so what is the big one? Is it like a rock or...
The fucking whale.
Okay.
Do they shift like the other ones?
If they can, he ain't done it yet. Or she, I can't fucking tell. It's a whale. What am I supposed to know?
Let's cut the chatter and get moving.
God damn it.
Sorry, boss.
And you can hear little chatter amongst them as they turn off. Every fucking time Saunders people come out here, they try and throw their weight around and they're not in charge and they'll get it. And they say they'll get it pretty callously, but to each other. And not in a immediate threat way, but in a you'll see kind of way.
Yeah, we'll move in as we've done and move towards I think the bathysphere is the only way to go down, right?
Yes.
So we'll start moving towards the unloading platform for that.
So they want you downstairs, huh?
That's what they told us.
To be perfectly honest, Saunders got it up his ass because Klieg's got the special team. So he requested a first team for himself to make himself feel big, but...
It's all dick measuring contests.
Tuh.
You know, I was a fucking first team guy, and then I got, upgraded. And you guys have second sight up. A lot of these guys give the impression that they are infected, but some of these guys give the impression there's, more wrong with them.
Do some of them remind us of Greg's?
No, but in a very weird way, now that you're looking, for you, Nat, and maybe you alone, it's tough to tell. They're in, full body shit, but that, hair on the back of your neck feeling from some of these guys is similar to when you were talking to Ms. Shears and then put your sight up reflexively. Yeah, well, so long as you're here, might as well make yourself useful, right? What the fuck? What are we supposed to do? Put you in guard rotation? Are you just supposed to, walk the halls?
We're on alert
supposed to,
for now.
hang out and drink our fucking coffee?
We can do rotations. Might as well give you guys a break while we're at it.
Yeah, sounds good to us. He, slams this big red button on the side as you guys have been walking over, and on, a steel girder on the side of, into this big, no railings, not OSHA-compliant fucking hole into the sea. He hits the button, and you hear the winch start going, and that red light that you saw way down, coming out of there starts getting bigger and bigger as, it is clear that it is a red light that is sort of attached to this literal sphere, this big steel sphere with windows and shit on it. And he goes, just checking in. Any of you been down there before? Is this your first time in the deep?
First time.
Alright, it can be a little disorienting. Don't worry about it. All of us are used to it at this point, and there's a unnerving chuckle that goes through the rest of the squad.
While we're up on deck, are we with, all of the special team guys, or does it look like there's more guys patrolling around on the top deck?
There's more guys patrolling around. There's 6 guys that are, hanging out with you guys. It's basically a matching squad.
Okay.
Tim, as you've been talking here and the way that you've been talking, I need you to make me a subterfuge roll. Subterfuge manipulation.
I have smooth.
Smooth absolutely apply here.
I will spend a willpower.
Okay. Difficulty on this is just 6.
Okay. So
no, we're still in the environment. 7. Difficulty on this is 7.
Okay, that'll make me 5. That'll be 3 successes.
Hey, so you guys want a real kind of a trip. About 3 minutes down, hit the lights. Kill the inside lights. But keep the spot. There's actually a control for the spot in there. It's a trip.
Roger that.
And then this huge thing bubbles up from the surface and opens. But don't worry about it. Klieg's got his own trimix. None of your voice. It's not harder to breathe or nothing. Your first couple of times, it's breathing easy. Doesn't even fuck up your voice. So should be good to it, right?
Looking forward to the sight. And I put some emphasis on sight just for
Arms up.
Yeah.
anyone that's paying attention.
Yeah. Anyone who hasn't done the thing should do the thing.
About how long is that conversation?
I don't know. How long has it been? 3 minutes? 5 minutes?
Come.
Yeah.
Keep track.
Fucking defender. All right.
Is he healing over there?
Yes. Yeah, he is. Pretty professionally, they hook the thing up to the side so it doesn't sway too much. There is a step over the drop, though, so it's a little unnerving. It is straight fucking down, 100 feet into the Atlantic or however far. It really is tough to tell because the waves are getting really choppy. It hasn't come up, but for anyone who is on deck or while we're in the bathysphere, anything physical that you try and do, if you don't have sea legs, penalties will apply because this whole structure is starting to sway in the storm in a very unsettling way.
I said I didn't want to be here.
Dallas will take penalties, but he's used to it.
As you step inside the bathysphere, does everyone go in?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are any of these guys getting in with us, or are they staying up on top?
They are staying up on top.
Okay.
It's going to be just you guys in the bathysphere.
Is there anyone we're checking in with down there?
Oh, shit. Yeah. The big man's around, but he's probably busy. So go talk to... If I can get you out of all fucking way. Go talk to Doc Lisa. She'll, her fucking EFD team or whatever. They'll put you on something.
Fucking more EFD. All right.
Well, I mean, it is their research facility, and he makes air quotes, and there was another unsettling chuckle through the fucking squad. Y'all set?
Thumbs up.
Pheia gives a double thumbs up.
He closes the hatch, bolts it shut. You hear the pressure hitch. There is like a pop in all of your ears that is uncomfortable as this thing pressurizes. Dallas, you were never a saturation diver, but you were a diver, and you went down. This whole mechanism is acting fast, and it's not... These guys are very casual. Everybody's been very casual about this, but it professionally, you would be calling someone to report violations.
Is Discern or the site doing anything funky as I'm watching how this thing operates?
It's more that, going down is not the problem.
It's coming up.
Coming up is the problem.
Yeah.
Everything about this seems to be following natural rules. They're just real fucking callous about it. Like, ordinarily, even just doing scuba gear, other divers and dive leaders will do 2, 3, 4 checks to make sure you're good. These guys slam the hatch, down you go. Not in a, haha, we're trapping and killing them way, but in a, like, it's almost like they, at this point, are starting
unaffected.
Are starting to forget.
Yeah.
Nat puts a hand on Pheia's shoulder once they're out of view and says, "Hey, just in case that mix is rough on you, stick by me."
We can do that. I have the rescue too.
Yeah.
You guys hear a hiss as the two of you say that, as this thing starts to fill with gas.
Nat is preparing to catch Pheia, or she's worried about like a pass out risk or that asthma kicking in hard.
It's a little metallic tasting. It's a little weird. It's almost like getting nos at the dentist kind of feeling. Everyone is fine and can breathe normally, except you are an asthmatic. And I do need a stamina roll from you.
Alrighty. I'm gonna spend that willpower I just got back. And it's a good thing I did, because I have 1 success.
Then you will not be at penalty while you are breathing the Trimix.
Okay.
Had you failed, you would be at a penalty to all your actions for being down here.
Rob, so something that's kind of occurring to me now.
Yes.
If, in fact, this is going down to absurd depths.
Yes.
And we are breathing in Trimix.
Yes.
We can't actually leave this area. Because we're not actually weird fucking Bane creatures that have been inured to depths.
A thing that is maybe occurring to Dallas as you are going down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, in theory, other scientists and stuff who had not been infected at some point may have been going in and out.
Right. But my point being is that we'd have to go through the usual decompression times, which would be...
Unless these guys have some sort of fucking thing that bypasses human biology for you, yes. And depending on how far down you go, that could take days.
If we go down and immediately come back up, could in theory we get out of here without having to go through like severe pressure or decompression?
No.
Guys, I really hate to point this out to everyone. We're going down to extreme pressure levels. Which means that all of the gas in our blood is going to be under extreme pressure. And in order to come back up to the surface, we're going to have to go through a normal decompression cycle. I don't know what it is about this special team that lets them go up and down, but if this goes to any kind of depth, we're stuck down here for days. Unless, of course, we can make contact with some of the EFD down here who might be willing to talk to us if they have some kind of weird science bullshit magic they can do that could get us out of here. But now that we're here, we're here.
I thought the Trimix was supposed to be part of that solution.
That helps you breathe down there because everything is under compression.
We'll have to keep an eye out for a lucky break.
If not, we'll have to risk it.
There's no risking. If we come up from depth like that, we're dead.
If we don't come up from depths like that, we're dead. So, sounds like one's more of a guarantee than the other.
No.
We can...
You're right, John. If we rush to complete the objective down there without giving us extensive amount of time to leave, we're dead either way. That is Dallas's point. So we need to consider what means we can use to sustain ourselves and survive down there long enough to be able to get out and then set off the weapons.
Whatever we do, we have to do it in a way in which we can have time to decompress coming up.
Maybe one of those guys that got down there could be useful to us.
That was not part of our original planning.
No, it wasn't, and it was an oversight on my part. I'm sorry, guys.
I thought there was a whole facility down here.
That's what it sounds like.
So if there's a whole facility down here, it stands to reason people are supposed to live down here for some amount of time.
Stands to reason.
So if people are supposed to live down here for some amount of time, it's either kitted out so that people can do that, or it's got supplies for those who can't, or it's got emergency gear for making rapid ascents.
Or everyone down here is a monster.
Or everyone down here's a monster, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We're here now. There's no point in figuring...
Well, we've got a few minutes to think.
Right.
There's no reason to not take our time. We know that the sharks are able to give people lungs.
Gills.
We know that the sharks are able to give people gills.
Curiosity killed the cat. Turn the lights off.
Before he does that,
Okay.
I check to see what will happen if we do that versus what happens if we don't.
The light switch does appear to just be a light switch.
Yeah.
It's not
I'm
like
just
a
trying
secret,
to see
like,
what.
aha!
Yeah. A part of that is also just making sure that we're not seeing some sort of abomination that will scar us forever.
You couldn't know that unless you turn the lights off.
I have 4C.
He does have the ability.
You do have 4C. That's 100% what you'll see. So here's what happens, John, because this is how 4C works.
Yeah.
Dallas turns the light off, and there is a monstrous movement in the dark. Something the size of 2 city buses rushes past the window. All of you can feel a shudder and motion. There is an eye the size of a monster truck wheel that looks in the porthole and like blinks with a massive hourglass and then swims off into the darkness. And everyone is stricken with not supernatural fear,
primal.
This primal natural fear of the things in the deep, things that are massive, things that even in this bathysphere, you see a massive tentacle go by as this giant squid, as this kraken, you realize could just wrap a single tentacle around this metal thing and crush it like a grape.
So I'm gonna stumble backwards, a little cry, go, lights on, lights on!
Dallas's hand, who was moving to the light switch, stops, and he kind of looks at John like, oh, okay?
We don't want to see whatever is out there. I don't want to see whatever was out there, and I just did.
You alright?
I will be okay someday, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be in my nightmares.
Alright, keep it there.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, buddy.
So, John, because that was a supernatural sight, I'm not going to make you make the willpower check. And because you used 4C, no one at this table has to make the willpower check. 4C has stopped the fun little prank that they all wanted to pull on you guys on the way down.
I was very worried it was going to be something either A, really bad for us in one way or another. They seemed really mean-spirited. I deeply suggest that we do not get in the water.
Well,
unless this thing is thoroughly distracted.
We heard up top that they are keeping a big one, which appears to be some kind of whale, and a little one down here. That would imply, whatever that means, that they have ways to keep things down here. Maybe that's a way to keep ourselves alive too.
The bathysphere kind of like shifts in the water a little bit as you guys are descending. Just kind of feels like normal. John, you know exactly what that was.
I definitely tense up.
That is the motion you felt moments ago.
John, can I offer you an ashwagandha tablet?
Absolutely not.
It helps with nerves.
I will.
That's all.
I'll reach my little hand out.
Just a reminder, we could probably question the EFD guys. Do not question the teams as much. We're supposed to be part of them.
I know, that's why I was having...
It worked. I'm fine. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying be careful with the amount of questioning we do because we don't want to give away that we're not part of them.
Got it.
Right. Understood.
Thankfully, this is a super paranoid organization, so we have a little bit of leeway.
This ride down takes like 10-15 minutes.
Based on how fast this thing descends, like I've probably seen this bathysphere go down from like the winch and stuff up from up above. 15 minutes of that depth or that speed. Do I have any idea what kind of depth we're talking?
We had done some research on the subject too before that had given us some minimums.
So here's what happens. And I'll be totally honest, this is a little above the table, but because we're getting like weird, I just want to be above the table. But between Dallas, your knowledge of how this thing works, and Nat, your research into the geography out here, it moves at a steady speed until you would guesstimate you got down to about 60 feet or so. And then it becomes very difficult to tell how quick you're moving. Doesn't necessarily feel like you're moving faster, but you're in a space with the pressure in here that it's really tough to tell.
Yeah.
But between the researches you guys did and your expertise, you would guess that you guys are down about 2,000 feet. So you got not depths of the Marianas, but absurd. 1,900 feet lower than you're supposed to be.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like over a continental shelf at that point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As in, Nat, you specifically would know the geography of this shit does not match up. Not even just to the record, but what should be allowed.
Yeah. I think that's something that Nat is standing there very conscious of, but I don't think that it's... I don't think Nat is judging that to be helpful to the esteem of the group right now, as I don't believe she is sharing at this moment.
Todd, do you want help? Like, fixing yourself up, buddy? I have Tylenol, and 2, I have an edge that I could help you with.
I regenerate.
Yeah, but I can help you do that faster.
I'm done.
You're done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you need Tylenol?
Nat makes grabby hands for the Tylenol.
I will hand her Tylenol.
Nat accepts the Tylenol.
You know what? Fuck it. Tylenol all around.
I'm not taking anything while we're on the sea.
I have Dramamine too, buddy.
If I don't take anything, I'll be good.
I want a cigarette so badly.
I'm not giving you cigarettes in a place where they have to pipe oxygen in. I do have nicotine patches.
Also,
gross.
Means also taking our face stuff off.
Yeah, honestly, when taking these pills, I've just been assuming that Nat's been popping them into a pocket.
Eventually, you guys start to see more movement outside the window, but not the one that was not seen earlier, except by John, but bioluminescence, jellyfish, and things that look natural. Maybe not natural to this part of the ocean if you're a marine biology expert, but just sort of deep sea shit. And then through the porthole, you see this big lit up facility kind of in the shape of like a glass and steel pyramid.
Hey, Rob. You just said that it does not look natural to someone who is scientifically informed.
Mm-hmm.
May I roll to have more information?
Yeah, roll me science and intelligence.
Okay. Does studious supply?
Yes, actually. Yeah, because you would have been studious to this.
Difficulty?
Honestly, this would probably be an 8 because it flies in the face of what should be
3 successes.
Sick. Occasionally, when you're looking at marine research, and this is something that happens in real life, you just find a species, like 1 or 2 examples of a species, in a place in the ocean where it's not generally found or supposed to be, right? You're like, well, that's fucking weird. We're in the Caribbean, and this is a North Atlantic thing. A manatee has been found as far north as Massachusetts. Like, there's just shit that is not in the place. Looking out the window, and you can only really see this because of the light coming from this, like, pyramidal structure down here. You start, I mean, you're not an expert in marine biology, but you start recognizing that there are species out there that don't normally commingle. There are fish types and all deep sea stuff, but deep sea squid and octopus and squid and jellyfish and just bony fish and eels and all sorts of stuff down here that exists in the deep sea, but in different parts of the globe. Like someone put together an aquarium but didn't know what they were doing. The reason I say it's weird is because they're all acting very naturally out there.
Yeah,
this is not an artificial construction of an ocean. It's just like an oceanic dumping ground of species.
The flora and fauna out there looks international. Probably something to do with how many places this thing has infiltrated.
I look at... do the animals seem to be supernaturally tainted in the same way that humans have been so far?
No.
Okay.
With the exception of once in a while, you will notice like a squid swim by like through the thing, and it has like an extra long tentacle, like one extra one that's not supposed to be there, and those ones look tainted. One will swim by real close and like kind of get up near the glass and look in, and it has a human pupil. But other than a few, like, rare cephalopods out there, none of them seem tainted at all. They just seem like the currents of the world are bringing them all together. The other thing, as you guys are looking out there, so the bathysphere is approaching this pyramidal structure, right? It is very clearly whatever this research facility station is. Like, that is where you are going. And you are going down to what looks like a hallway coming off of it, and you will very likely connect there. And something that Dallas, actually, I'm going to say you will notice because you can explicitly see through the darkness, because it is pitch black out there, except for what is illuminated by, the lights coming out of this facility.
Yeah.
Occasionally you see, like, humanoid shapes also swimming out there. Those are tainted. Usually staying close to the facility, but, like, I want to be very clear. This is not like mermaid shit. This is, like, a guy swimming, not in a suit. You can't pick out details from here, but just a person swimming you will occasionally see go up and around and like do something on the outside and then like go back in and go somewhere else.
Looking at this facility down here, if we broke the tower up above, it would do nothing, right?
No, it doesn't look like it. It would maybe cut off access to the surface, at least temporarily.
But if they're swimming around, it's like that would be a temporary, like...
For some of them, yeah.
Well,
it depends on what they've got inside the facility, but yes.
You could fix it pretty easily, I feel like.
It would be a setback. It would not be a solution. You might push stuff off by a year or two, but...
While we're making our descent and trying desperately not to look at the things outside the bathysphere...
Yes.
Is there, like, tanks of the Trimix in here?
In here? No, it's just it being, like...
Yeah, I know it's being cycled through.
They're on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not in here.
Being that I have discern up, do I still catch glimpse of the thing I wasn't supposed to see?
No, that was up in a different zone.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
But being that I had discern up,
I'm going to say, because Tim kind of made the sacrifice play on that one,
that
I would have seen it.
But I was looking at Tim.
But you were looking at John. You were like, I'll turn the light on so we can see it.
4C saved my ass.
And 4C saved your ass. That is what I will say.
What the fuck?
You alright?
Yeah, there's just weird shit up there.
See if you can see anywhere that would be good to hit.
After a few more minutes, you feel yourself settle on the ocean floor.
Path of Night, Brine and Blood is an actual play Hunter the Reckoning podcast set in the world of darkness. Dallas McCoppin was played by Garrett Gabbey. John Spencer was played by Tim Davis. Pheia Quinn was played by Erika Webb. Nat Chowdhurani was played by Rebecca Steigelfest. Todd Keating was played by Lex Lopez. Your storyteller was Rob Muirhead. This episode edited by Rob Muirhead. The theme music used in this episode was Sadness Room by Denis Goncharov. Find their music online at pixabay.com. Character art by Jay Steele. Find more of their work at Steele Art on Bluesky. Brine and Blood uses the revised edition of Hunter the Reckoning with a few limited house rules. Hunter the Reckoning and the World of Darkness are owned by Paradox Interactive. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/pathofnight. You can help support the show at ko-fi.com/pathofnight. And you can find us at Path of Night Podcast on Bluesky, Twitter, and Facebook, or email us at pathofnightpodcast@gmail.com. Take back the Night Hunters.
What, the evil, corrupt Bane PMC that has been double corrupted by squid monsters? What do you mean?
Guys, that wasn't a prank.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ward it. Fuck you, Cricket. You don't go here no more.
That would be fucking baller.
I'm just giggling at the idea of
Hand you one.
fucking being like, turning the lights off, seeing that big eye and being like, bird and balance, fuck you. We're just gonna sit here and stare at each other.
Radiate. Light up the ocean.
Awful. Thanks.